So I would say there's probably three reasons why I do service learning. One, I feel like that for the student, it introduces them to the community and they become more civically engaged. I think it's always valuable when you ask students to kind of step out of the university walls. You put them in a position to where they're meeting community partners, they're building those relationships with people outside of the normal professors and classmates. And I always think it's a good idea just to give them exposure to the world. Because I think a lot of our students either come from small towns or small high schools where they don't get to meet a lot of people that are different than they are. And when you're asked to work with nonprofits, you're often going to come into contact with people from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different races, different socioeconomic status. And so I think that's always important for students to get that opportunity.
I think that service learning is a value-adding process. I think that students get something from the process because what we do is we take theory and we breathe life into it. We expose them to things that they wouldn't normally be exposed to by their own volition. We have students that should graduate and be culturally competent. They should have been exposed to poverty at a number of levels and been exposed to community agencies and community needs at a number of levels. And being able to respond to those needs appropriately speaks to cultural competence. The major Fortune 500 corporations are looking for people that can come in and work with diverse communities and cultures because that's the way it is. The students that are most prepared to walk into those Fortune 500 companies and survive and thrive and flourish within those settings are those students that have had exposure in a number of ways over a period of time within their college education, their college career.
I always think it's really important that students walk out of class with something. Especially with our economy now, the job market's not great. There are going to be lots and lots of people graduating with 4-year degrees. And when job openings come up, there are going to be lots and lots of people who are highly qualified applying for those positions. And I always say that the more students walk out with, the better opportunity they're going to have at getting those jobs. And so when students take my class, which is a service learning class, and they create a fundraising project or they create a promotional video, and then someday they have a job interview, and in that interview they're asked the experiences that they've had. My goal is that students will be able to hand over the video and say, here's something I've actually done versus here's my GPA on a piece of paper. That they'll be able to articulate what happened during a fundraising activity that gives them experience that other students just don't have.